Hello, everyone. Glenda Mollett here, and welcome to my craft room. I'm hoping I'm live. Let me just check here. Too much technology. I am live. Yay. Okay. Hello. Tonight is Thursday, and I am going to be sharing how to create a really cool front interlocking fun fold card. Okay. Hey, Connie. I got all the things. Ooh, people are joining me. Yay! Hello, everybody. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and creativity coach and influencer slash enabler located on the west coast of British Columbia, Canada, on the gorgeous island of Vancouver Island. Nope, not Vancouver, Vancouver Island, in a little place called Port Alberni. Hello! Oh, look at all these lovely people. Connie and Janet and Renee and Nadine and Terry and Jackie and Pat. Hello! Okay, so last time I'm going to say hello to everybody because I know that it gets annoying when you're watching these videos and they're saying hi. So a big hi to everybody. Yes, Connie, I am an enabler. But I prefer to think of myself as an influencer because, people want to be influencers on YouTube all the time. So why can't I be that? I'm going to flip you around because I brought everybody back a virtual cookie from Mexico. Look at this. Hi, Holly. Look at that. I brought enough virtual cookies for everyone. These are one of my favorites. So, in the resort that I was in last week, they filled up our snack tray 2 or 3 times a day. So, we kept emptying it and bringing them. We brought them home in a bag because they encouraged that. This one is one of my favorite. Now, they called it a caramelizer milk cracker, but it's really a cookie, like a really soft cookie that's not very sweet. And then inside it has caramel or dulce de leche or something equally excitingly delicious. So I brought every single one of you back a virtual cookie. Grab it before I put it on the table. Okay, there you go. So tonight I'm going to do a fun fold. So I got this one in a swap. And this is the card we're going to make tonight. Well, sort of, a version of it. But I'm going to show you the swap card that I got. So I got this swap card from, let me figure out who it was from. It is from, oh no. There's no name on it, and I forgot who it was. I know it was from a very special person, and I don't think it was a swap card. I think now that I think about it, it was a card that somebody sent me, and I loved it so much that I decided that I was going to create it for you guys. So I'm keeping this one as my template because I figured, why recreate a template when I already have a template? So there we go. That's going in my template drawer. And hello, Carmen. Here is the card that I created. I'm using the new Thoughtful Journeys designer paper. Some Blackberry Bliss, because if you know me at all, you know that Blackberry Bliss is one of my very favoriteest colors. And peach pie. And look at this. Is that not the coolest thing? Now, I did this with my team back a couple months ago. We did this, maybe it was last month, April. Anyways, so the template says to line this layer up with the bottom of this layer, and then to put it onto a 5.5 by 4.25 inch piece for your card base. We decided afterwards, after we got it done, that we didn't like it because it kind of leans forward. You see how it leans forward? And to make it stand up, you got to make sure it's wide open. So I am going to try something tonight. And I already pre-cut all this, and I think I pre-cut this. I did. So I'm going to get another piece of lemon lolly, because what I want to do is not have this piece on the back so that it will stand up. So do you think we can retrofit this card? I am going to grab some lemon lolly. And then we will cut it and score it together and see if this works. Okay, so I've got all my bits and pieces cut out. So my thought was to do lemon lolly. I'm still using the Thoughtful Journey designer paper, but I'm pulling out different colors. And I thought I would do this and have it on a piece of Pretty Peacock, but I'm not. I want to cut this. So this is cut at 5.25 by 11. So I'm thinking I'm going to do it 5.25 or 5.5 by 11 instead. And we will retrofit this and see if it works. The sheet said peach pie. This one is peach pie, Wendy. I made the original one with peach pie. So I'm just using a different color tonight because I like to show you different ideas. Okay, so I'm going to get my paper trimmer. Hang on. There we are. Oops, I pulled my marker out. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 11 by 5.5. There we are. And then it says to score it at a few different places. And I'll show you that in a sec, because you want to score it at, are you ready? I'm going to say them, but then I'm going to do them too. So 1 3/4, but don't score yours yet, because I'm thinking I might change it. 1 3/4, 3.5, 7.5, and 9.25. And then I'm going to see, because it doesn't really meet in the middle. And if I want to make this so that it is 1/4 inch wider, let's retrofit those score lines. Let me get a hunk of paper. So originally it is 11 by 5.25 and is scored at 1 3/4, 3.5, 7.5, and 9.25. So I'm going to redo it to 11 by 5.5. So that's going to give me the full width or the full height. And I want to make this a little bit wider. So I think I'm going to leave. Okay, let's try this. Let's try scoring this at 1 5/8. So 1 5/8 would bring that back there. And then leave this one at 3.5, this one at 7.5, and this one at 9 1/8. No, 9 3/8, I do believe, would give me, let me just flip this around. That's what I have my grid paper for. 1 5/8 would bring it to, I want to make sure I get both sides the same. So 9 3/8. Okay, so let's do this. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just go ahead with the original one so that we're not messing around. But I want to show you that you can redo these cards. You don't have to do them like you can take something and you can, some of them, sorry. Some of them you can take and reduce. Some of them you can't, but this one I'm thinking I'm going to be able to. So I have 5.5 by 11, and I'm going to score this at 1 5/8. Then keep this one at 3.5. Keep this one at 7.5. And then this one is going to go 1/8 of an inch. Nope, that's not going to work because that's still at 4. Okay. So that one's going to go there. This one's going to go here. And this one is going to go here. Okay. Okay, so this one here. Now I'll tell you what those score lines where they were at in half a second. So don't panic. I haven't forgotten. I just want to make sure that this is going to work before I tell you what I did. Because I wanted to make the base of 5.5 by 4 1/4. And to do that, I had to redo the score lines. Okay, now let's measure this. Cross your fingers, ladies, that I got it right. I did not. What? Well, that didn't work. See, this was supposed to be 4 1/4. Here, I told you that this was going to be easy. This is real life, people. This is real life. That one. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4 here. Okay, let's see if this works. Because I like redoing things and figuring things out. I think I should have been an engineer in my life. I'm not good at it, but I enjoy it. Okay, now score that there. And then this one here. Now 4 1/4. Okay. See, now I've got this so that it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. And when I put my interlocking bits on, it will stand up properly. Hang on, there's messages coming in here. No, I'm not reading them. The Blackberry Bliss is not wrong, Wendy. I used Blackberry Bliss and Peach Pie and Blackberry Bliss on the original card. Yeah, I know, Connie, get a piece of dirty paper, but you know, I thought I could do this. But apparently I can't. So do you want to know what the score lines are for this? It's 1 5/8. And then this one will be here on that one. I've got lots of what Connie calls dirty paper because I have stuff that my grandchildren can play with when they come here. And I'm just going to score this right down the middle of this one here. Okay, I'm probably going to get some really nasty comments on my YouTube channel because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. But just remember, I'm experimenting and I'm taking you through how to experiment and have fun because card making is not rigid. You don't have to be rigid with your card making. Okay, so let me make sure that this is going to be 4.5 or 4.25. Of course it's not. Why would I think it was going to be 4.25? Okay, let's go. We're just going back to what I originally did, and then I will retrofit this and I will give you the measurements. Okay, so 5.25 by 11, scored at 1 3/4, 3.5, 7.5, and 9.25. Showing creativity. Yeah, you know. Do you want me to try it once more, or do you want me to carry on with what I'm doing? Because this is going to go on here like that. And then I have 2 pieces we're going to emboss and put on here. And then there's a piece for the inside. And then the connecting pieces are going to be Pretty Peacock. Connie says we'll take care of those nasty comments. Thank you. Okay, so that's what the card is going to look like when we get it done. You know what we could do? We could just use this one the way it was supposed to be. Nope, can't use it. Okay, we're carrying on. First of all, I am going to line my designer paper back up because I want to get it in a pattern. Now, this is the new Thoughtful Journey designer paper, and I love it. So I pulled out this one. I pulled out the purples and the oranges. This one, I'm going to pull out the Pretty Peacock and Lemon Lolly. Holy macaroni. Apparently, I'm having a day and a half. I know what it is. I went out and did some gardening today. It was blooming hot out there. We haven't had rain for so very long that the ground is just dry like popcorn out there. And I don't usually, at this time of the year, I don't usually have dry dirt like that. So it was really weird trying to get rid of all the weeds out there in popcorn dry dirt. But I bought some plants yesterday, and I wanted to make sure I got them planted so I could get them really good and watered. So I got half of them planted. Tomorrow I'll plant the other half. And then Sunday I will finish planting them. So Sunday in Canada is Mother's Day. Oh, it's not centered. Hang on. So nobody said they wanted me to redo the cards, so we're just going to go ahead with this one. Okay, so now there we go. I've got my paper is on and it's all lined up. That's good. Now we have, so those pieces, these pieces, I should tell you the measurements, right? Okay, the Blackberry Bliss on this one and Pretty Peacock on this one is 1 3/4 by 3 3/4. And you need 3 of them. And the designer paper is 1 5/8 by 3 5/8, and you need 3 of them. Oh, it's Mother's Day in the US too? Good. Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there. Whether you have 2-legged babies or four-legged babies. Okay, now I am going to be using, I can find it, the Distress Tile embossing folder. And we're going to emboss these two pieces. Get them kind of straight. And I forgot my embossing mat. Hang on. I got my machine out tonight. I just forgot the embossing mat. Okay. I went to the dollar store today to get stuff for the Creative Escape. And I came across a really cool thing that I want to put on the goodie bags. So, and I have to paint them. So I was painting this afternoon too. Okay, so those two are done. Those are ready to go. These measure, hang on. Let me find them. 5 1/4 by 1 1/2 times 2 pieces. Nadine's had so much rain and flooding in Texas, they even closed Lake Houston. Oh my gosh! Oh, Nadine, I hope you guys are okay. Hey, Val. Okay, so we've got these pieces done. We've got these pieces done. Now, there's the base. That's all ready. I'm going to take a piece of Lost Lagoon, and I will eventually be using the Country Flowers. Uh-oh, what happened? Why is this? Oh no, it's fine. Country Flowers bundle. So this is new in the catalog, the stamp set, and the gorgeous dies. The sentiment Happy Birthday is from Country Birdhouse. So this is part of the Mega Suite. I'm going to use Nested Essential dies for that. And then I'm going to finish it off. This one, I use the adhesive back swirl dots. So when I get it done, we'll figure out what embellishments we want. Okay. Now, this piece of Lost Lagoon is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. And I'm going to get the largest Nested Essentials die and cut that out. And then the basic white is 2 1/2 by 3 1/4 or 3 or whatever. And we're going to cut that out. And then this piece, I'm going to do the pot, or I'm going to do the flowers. Now the pot, I've stamped on some designer paper and cut that out with the die. I keep getting messages and people, it's like, stop messaging me. I'm busy stamping. Score at 1 11/16, 33/8, 75/8, 95/16. Okay. Julie, thank you for those measurements. I'm sure they're in there somewhere. Julie is busy retrofitting this card. Thank you. Thank you, Julie. Okay, I'm going to cut these two pieces out now. We'll have those ready. There we are. Put those back. Three and 3/8, 7 and 5/8, 9 and 5/16. Aha. Okay, we have those pieces done. So those are ready to go. And on this one, now I am going to use my brand new Memento ink pad. Have I told, if you have been watching lately, you may know what I did to get this ink pad, but let me tell you, shall I show you the difference? Let me find a piece of white that I can stamp on. I want to show you the difference between the old pad and the new pad. So I'm going to stamp the bucket. I forgot to put the space between the numbers. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate you doing that. And I might just get out another piece and score it like that. Okay, so this is the old Memento ink pad. So I'm going to ink it up, and you know I do the twist and shout thing. And there's what it is with one stamp. Now, I ordered one of the basic white uninked stamp pads. So this comes with a re-inker for the white craft ink, but the pad is uninked. And I just inked it up with Memento ink. So now I have a nice foam pad with Memento ink on it. And let me show you the difference between the two. You're going to be amazed. And then you're going to run out and want to order one. And I think they're still out of stock till next week. Okay, here you go. Can you see the difference between those two? This is the original pad. This is the new pad. Ah, amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the bucket on the designer paper. And I'm paying attention to where the pattern is. I made this a little bit bigger. This piece is 2 3/8 by 2 1/4, but I want to be able to play with it so I get a really cool pattern on the bucket if I can. Okay, I think I'm going to go right about, well, that's going to cut out right about there. Oh, shoot, I hit that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just stamping the bucket on the designer paper with my new Memento ink pad. And then we're going to cut that out. And then on here, I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss to stamp the flowers. Now, do I have anything else? No, I can do this wherever I want. Okay. And I'm going to die cut that out too. There we go. So that may look dark, but it's Blackberry Bliss. And then I need to stamp the inside and the envelope. So just let me grab a stamping paper here so I don't stamp on my pretty grid paper. And I'm going to stamp down here in the corner like that. And then find what I did with the envelope. Uh-oh, somebody stole my envelope. Somebody stole my envelope. I don't know where it is. Let me grab another one. There we go. Well, let's grab a new one. And wherever that one is, I'll find it when I'm done. There we go. So that's the envelope, the inside, and the piece for the front done. So the only thing I have to stamp now is the sentiment. And I have been asked when I'm stamping on little pieces or when I'm stamping white on white to do it on a color so that you guys can see. So I'm going to grab my sentiment, and I've got this piece of, this is a 3/8 inch piece of basic white, and I left it really long because I'm going to trim it. And oh yeah, right. If I can stamp it properly. Oh man. Apparently I'm stamping challenge tonight. Oh, the embossing folder is Distress Tile, Julie. And the designer paper is Thoughtful Journey. And Connie, no, I did not get my paper laminated yet. I've been away, remember? Okay, let's get this stuff die cut. That's my excuse, and I'm a sticking to it. Oh, guess what I found? My envelope. I think this is the one. Is this the one? Yeah. And then I need the bucket. Okay, I'm going to line this up on here and die cut that out. And remember, if you are going to go on and color something, make sure you die cut it first, because then you don't waste all your time coloring if your die moves and you have to redo it. Yes, ask me how I learned that little trick. Okay, I'm going to cut these two out. Maybe. Oh, it fell on the floor. I couldn't find my cutting mat, and it fell on the floor. Stamp set is Country Flowers, Julie. That's what hubby is for. Oh, poor hubby. He worked his little Batinsky off today because he still hadn't removed my winter tires, and it's 6 weeks past the date when you can take them off. So he did that today. And we have a huge gravel area in where our parking lot is for people that come and visit in our driveway, and it needs to be sprayed with weed killer two or three times a year, and we hadn't done it yet this year, so that's what he did today. So, and I was up at Staples today too and didn't even get it done. Okay. Gosh, they're still messaging me. Like, people really. I'm using my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to reactivate Blackberry Bliss with Wink of Stella. This is my favorite technique, my favorite way to color flowers. Stamp them in Blackberry Bliss, and then reactivate the ink with Wink of Stella, and you get gorgeous pink flowers. Now, I usually do the whole flower, but I think I'm wanting to do just part of it this time. So I'm just flicking from the center out. So it gives it a little bit of color. So apparently I'm still gardening, guys. Okay, I want to do this one. So do you guys, guys, do you stampers do this? Do you reactivate ink with Wink of, oops, that's my leaf. Do you reactivate ink with your Wink of Stella? And color your flowers with it? This I discovered way back when we first got Wink of Stella. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And you can do it all. or you can just do the center. But while you're coloring and getting that lovely blush of pink on there, you're also getting bling. And you guys know how much I love my Wink Stella. Okay, hang on. I have to mute this conversation because they keep messaging me. Mute for an hour. That'll do. There. No, it won't pop up and I won't see it. Because every time it pops up, I lose visiting with you guys. Oh, Julie does it. Let's go back up here. Hello, Cindy. Oh, grad cards for your church. That's awesome, Cindy, from North Dakota. Thank you for sharing. And don't forget if you're enjoying my video to hit those emojis. Hi, Marie. Yes, isn't that a cool technique? Valerie says that's why she ordered 3 Wink Stellas. Okay, there's what you get. Is that not stunningly gorgeous? Now, let me wiggle it around. Maybe you can get the Winky to, can you see the shimmer of the Winky on there? Oof. So I'm going to do the same thing for the inside. And then I'm going to color the leaves with light Old Olive Stampin' Blends. And I think I'm going to add some lemon lolly to the center of that big daisy-like flower. So I've been working on my Creative Escape stuff today because it's coming up. Eagerly awaiting my order arriving. So were you there on Monday when I said that I had an order go missing? And it's the order with all of my paper share stuff in it. So I contacted Stampin' Up and UPS lost it. So Stampin' Up replaced the order and shipped it off. And it says Monday, but I'm hoping it arrives tomorrow in time for my open house on Saturday. Thank you, Cindy. She said it's a beautiful card. Yes, Nadine, use Winky more. Every card should have Winky on it. So I have my catalog launch party on Saturday. So don't forget, the virtual one is here in my VIP group where you're watching right now. And it starts at 7, and we're going to go as long as it takes to show you all the stuff. And the in-person one, if you live close, is at between 1 and 4 in my studio. Okay, I'm just coloring the leaves here with light Old Olive Stampin' Blends. There we go, and then we'll do this one. So I'm hoping that my replacement order shows up in time. So then I'll have all the stuff to share. But if you are waiting for paper shares and ribbon shares and swatch books from me, yeah, it's not going to happen till next week now. And then I ordered all the stuff for the Creative Escape, and it's due to arrive on Monday. So I think I'm going to be a busy person next week, getting all the stuff ready. So that's why today I spent some time on the goodie bags, and I found some really cute stuff that I want to decorate the goodie bags with. There we are. Okay, so that's the leaves, and I'm just going to grab the dark lemon lolly and just add a little bit of lemon lolly in the center because I'm using lemon lolly in the card, so I might as well. Oh, don't get me started on UPS. I was just glad that Stampin' Up didn't say to me what they usually say to me. Well, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about it till your parcel's been missing for a week or 30 days or something. That just drives me insane. Okay, so we have this. Now we're going to put things together. Let's figure out. I'm anal, so I kind of want this to be. I know you can't see it, but I can. I know that the pattern is continual. So I'm just putting some stamped seal on the back of this, and we're going to put this on here. One on each side. Oh, yeah, 10 days before they'll do anything. Thank goodness Stampin' Up has pull, eh? Because it said that it was the parcel had not been picked up for like 4 days from the Stampin' Up shipping department. But when Stampin' Up checked, it said that UPS had picked it up. So they knew that it was a UPS issue. And you know what? They're so big, they don't really care, do they? Okay, so there we have, this is our base. Now, if I was going to make this 5.5, then these pieces, instead of being 5.25 by 1.5, yeah, they're 5.25 by 1.5. No, they're not. They're 5 by 1.5. So if you were going to make it 5.5, it would be 5.25 by 1.5. Okay, let's put the inside in because then it's just easier to do it before we put the front on. Well, that I don't know, Valerie. They said that they were going, Valerie asked what happens if they find it and it's shipped to me. Stampin' Up said they were trying to find it and it would be rerouted. But today I got a notification from UPS that my parcel was on its way and it's due to be delivered on Monday. So we'll see. I don't know. I would imagine I will have to send it back because it's a really large order. Okay, so these are going to go on here. One gets attached at the top to that side, and then the middle one gets attached in the middle to this side, and then this one gets attached on the bottom to that side. Now, this one does not have any space in between the layers. I cut these a little bit different, I think. Yeah, I did, because I wanted to have a little bit of space in between them. Now, this is going to go down here to the bottom, and this is going to go up here to the top, and then this one is going to be centered. So, you know, when you are putting things in and you have a center, then you always put the two outsides on and then put your center in. So I'm just measuring how far over my adhesive can go because I don't want it to glue the card shut. So you have adhesive only on that part. And then it's centered side to side. And I'm going to put this up so that it's lined up right at the top. Or you could put it down. This is kind of up to you completely where you put this. Let's just try it. I haven't pushed this down yet. I just want to see what it will look like. Okay, then that piece is the middle. So this is the next one I'm going to put on. And I'm just going to measure that. Now we're going to put adhesive on here. Anyways, I suspect if that other order does show up, Stampin' Up will want it back. Well, Connie, this order is it's a $1,200 order. So I'm thinking that they're going to want it back. Okay, that didn't work because my pieces are too wide. So let's just move this up to there. What size did I cut these? These are 1 5/8 by 3 5/8, the designer or the cardstock. And then the designer paper is 1 1/2 by 3 1/2. There we go. That'll work. Then it still has a bit of yellow. Now is when you have to be careful if you're OCD like me and you want them to all line up. Perfect. Okay, let's push those down. And this, the middle one, oh, shoot. You know what? I just did this wrong. Hang on. Because the two on the outside are glued. Oops. Man, you can sure tell I haven't crafted for a while, right? Even with it in front of me, I can't. So I'm just taking this off because it's going to be a lot easier just to remove the designer paper and move it than to move this, because that's going to go in the center there. Because the top and the bottom are attached on this side and the center is attached on that side. Valerie says one of her grandgirls got accepted to Thompson Rivers University in the Okanagan. Oh, that's awesome. Where is she going? Which city in the Okanagan, Val? Okay, I'm going to get this on here like this. Thank goodness for Stamp and Seal, right? Because then you can take things off and put things on again. So note to self, when I go away for a vacation and come back and have to stamp, I need to be planning it a little bit better, so I know what I'm doing. There we go. Okay. Now, this is going to go on here like this. Let's move that up just a tad. Hi, Dimity. Thanks for joining us. Oh, cam loops. Oh, hot. Hot. Hot cam loops. Okay, so there's our front. And there it's interlocking. Isn't that cool? Where is that? Not a place I heard of. I don't know what you're referring to, Connie. Sorry. Do you mean her grandpa's in Kelowna? Well, that's not too far away. Okay. Now this is going to layer on to the Lost Lagoon. Like that. And then you attach it just on the centerpiece. See how that is? So you turn it over line it up where you want it. Do a line and a line. Put your adhesive in between your lines. Put this back on here. And just tap it so I make sure that there's no adhesive showing through on the other side, because otherwise, you know, you'll glue your card shut. Okay, there we go. Now, need some dimensionals on the back of my pot. And my sister lives out just outside of Kelowna. She lives up Sun Peaks, up on the mountain. Okay, put the pot on. But I used to live in Vernon, and I remember when I belonged to the bagpipe band when I was a kid, and we went to Kamloops to do their summer parade, and we had to go across the bridge. So this is going to go on this. I just want to put some dimensionals at the top. We had to go across the bridge over Kamloops River, to Thompson River, whatever it's called. And we were in full bagpipe regalia, which means wool tartan skirts and the wool capes and wool tops and wool socks and big brogue shoes. And holy Aunt Jemima, let me tell you how hot that was. Because it was like 40 degrees. Oops, this one's down a little too far. It was 40 degrees, and we were in our full wool suits. I thought I was going to die. Still remember that date all these years later. Well, I mean, it's only, what, 6 or 7 years later, right? Yeah, keep telling myself that. Okay. I'm thinking I've still put that in the wrong spot. Okay, it's just going to go where it's going to go, right? And hope I didn't put it up too high. I did. See what happens when you don't pay attention to where you're putting your dimensionals. Let's just rip that out of there. There we go. So now there's our card. Isn't that pretty? I love this fun fold. I haven't put it on the base yet. And I'm thinking I'm not going to, because now I can pretend that I actually redid it. Okay, I'm going to snip this off this side and a little bit off of that side, and then flag the end. So snip down the center, snip there, snip there, and then dimensionals. Oh, Okanagan. Okay, there's an Okanagan in Washington, and there's an Okanagan in British Columbia. And Kelowna, it starts at Osoyoos down by the border and goes up to Kamloops. And there's an Okanagan Lake, and there's Osoyoos Lake, and there's Kalamalka Lake. It's very pretty, and I used to live there. Oh, you guys are so good answering, Connie. Thank you. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love those colors together. Apparently I need to This one doesn't sit down very well because I didn't double burnish my score lines. So I'm just kind of doing it now. There we go. Okay. Look at those colors together. Oh, it's so pretty. Now I have out the same embellishments I used on this card, which is the adhesive back swirl dots, but I'm thinking that it's probably not the right embellishments. So, oh, Valerie used to live in West Bank. Oh, I like West Bank. It's got an amazing craft store. Okay. What do you think? Maybe the white ones. Yes, I'm going to use these. These are online exclusive, so they're not in the catalog, but you can see them online. And they go with the coffee suite. I'll show them to you. See that? They go with the coffee suite, but you don't have to use them just with the coffee suite. Not when you were there? Yeah, they have two really good craft stores in Kelowna, one downtown and one in West Bank. There we are. Now, I didn't put that back panel on. Do you think it needs it, or do you think it's okay just the way it is? So here this is what it looks like by itself. And then if I was to put the back panel on, that's what it would look like. So shall I put the back panel on, or shall I just leave it? Tell me what you think. Oh, I was going to show you birthday cards tonight, and I left them all on my mantelpiece. So you'll have to tune in on Monday to see my birthday cards. Come on, somebody tell me, shall I put it on the background, or shall I just leave it by itself? If I leave it by itself, I could resurrect all the pieces and oh, everybody's saying put it on. Okay. Oh, Dimity says leave it. Cindy says they're very swirly and very pretty. They are. Marie says on. Connie says on. Janet says leave it. Cindy says on. Nadine says on. Okay, so we have more ons that we have leave it. So it's going on. It's going on. Just got to get my adhesive to work here. And cross your fingers that I get it on straight. Nope. Oh, then Valerie says background and Pat says leave it. Oh, you guys. You guys. I think the ons have outnumbered the leave it's. I like it with the background on. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it doesn't stand up straight, and that drives me insane. Can you see how it's tilted? Now, once we did a team thing, and Julie did a card for us, and it did the same thing. So she just put a leg down there so that it stood up. Oh, well, you know what? It's not my problem because it's not going to be on my mantle, right? It's going to be on somebody else's mantle. There we go. I am letting it go. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to hit those emojis if you are enjoying my video. If you are joining in on the replay, I hope you enjoy it. If you've got any questions, please ask. I do go back and read comments that come in. And if you're watching it on my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button that's right there in red and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get notification every time I post a video. And I'm really upset that I didn't do my birthday cards because I really wanted to show you all my birthday cards, but I will do that on Monday. So join in. So down in Mexico, we got to choose our spirit animals. So they were all in little bags and we didn't know what they were. We would close our eyes and reach in and grab the one that was speaking to us. So this is my spirit animal. It's a bull. I fixed his tail because his tail broke off in the trip home, but I fixed it. Isn't that cute? Aw, thanks everybody for commenting on my card. I am so glad that you enjoy it. I really appreciate you joining me for the live videos. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there, whether you have two-legged or four-legged babies. And I will see you on Monday night. Now, time is changing. I'm thinking of going to 8 o'clock. So write in the comments and let me know if 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So that's 9 o'clock Mountain time. And that is 11 o'clock Eastern time. If that would work for you guys, because I really want to start now that summer's here, I want to start a little bit later. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon in my craft room. Oops, wait, I got to get over to the spot where I have to stop the live. There it is. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stampin' Smiles. Bye for now.